So if you got all your orbs on mission, like up till now, you should be able to buy 3 holy waters and air raid right at the start of mission 4. Come down this hallway, we're gonna say hello to Phantom. We're gonna turn and say goodbye to Phantom. And you're gonna kinda want to angle these stingers around that little fountain so that you can stinger directly into this little trigger here, which is pretty nice. And then we're gonna have our first shadow fight. And this is mission 4's big roadblock. Like I said, there's one in the first 5 missions. Shadows are horrendously RNG. Their health values are just so varied. And like, there's no way to know what its health is going to be until you've started shooting. Sometimes they will just never, ever pop their core. But anyway, so at the very start of this fight, he always does this. He's doing a big buzzsaw dive attack. So we're going to run this way to try to lead him into this corner because this is how you get the despawn. We're not going to focus on the despawn too much. Like, it's a very rare trick, I would say like 1 in 20, but it's worth going for every time because this is also still like a decent way to just do the mission naturally, so it doesn't cost you anything. You run over here, you just start shooting. Unfortunately, he gives us another buzzsaw. He does pop his core though, so. Alright, so you do 1 DT. Alright, we're just gonna go back 2 seconds. So when he shows his core, don't immediately stinger it. You want to wait a second for the core to fully emerge because it has iframes. It just doesn't take damage until it's fully out. Okay, and then you do. Alright, so this shadow, just this one particular shadow, has less health than others in the game. This one will die in 1 devil triggered stinger. All the others will die in 2. So you do 1, and then you undevil trigger it and give it a taunt. And then see, that gets us 2 of our 3 DT back. And then when it dies, that'll give us our 3rd rune back, and we'll have devil trigger for the Nello fight. I'm going to take a slight detour here. Why is this page not loaded? What the fuck? Anyway, so this is the despawn. This is like what you kind of want to get, but like I said, it's like 1 in 20. Do not reset if you don't get the despawn. It's just a nice thing if you do get it. Thank God this game isn't so optimized that you have to get it, but and then you just try to get it in that corner, and then you hope it reacts when you shoot it in such a way that it just jumps through the wall and falls into a death plane. It will save 7 seconds, I think. 7 seconds over the ideal non-despawn. But like I said, that fight can be horrendous. Sometimes you will shoot him forever. You will use your entire DT supply. Oops. Where the? Okay, that's. You'll use your entire DT supply and just not kill him. Anyway, so moving on with the mission. Yeah, so we kind of just do a wall hike here, and then you're just gonna stinger up these 2. If for any reason you don't have your devil trigger after doing the phantom fight or the shadow fight, you can taunt this puppet instead. Because you really want your devil trigger going into the Nello fight. Just try to be aware of your devil trigger. If they're glowing like this, I probably should be talking about the death sentence, but that's how you know that you have it. We're gonna just go back a little bit. All right, so you're gonna come up here, and then there's a wall hike that you can do here, just to go straight up to the death sentence. It's a pretty easy one too. I used to actually miss it a lot, but I found my secret for doing it is to just try to jump more over here than I would have expected to. I used to bonk on this a lot, but if you just come over here a bit further, then it's pretty easy. you grab your death sentence, and then this is a very subtle jump. This is a recent jump, but you kind of try to just do a very slight jump as close to this as you can while still falling down, and then you kind of just can go straight through the door. The alternative was to just jump off and helm break that green puppet, but this is just a little bit faster. And we're going to not jump and shoot. We're gonna talk to this thing, remove its ball gag. And now the Nello fight here, you always want to double trigger and run this way a little bit. Otherwise, you might end up attacking him from behind, and you really want to attack him from the front. And now you want to hit him 8 times with slash cancels. And my preference there is to do the 1, 2, 3, 4, and then another 1, 2, 3, 4. A lot of people prefer to do like just sets of 2, like 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. So it doesn't make a difference. It's personal preference. And then you want to pop the holy water after the 8 hits. And this is very important. Turn off your double trigger here. Otherwise, you won't get a full double trigger refill after this, and you want your double trigger for mission 5. So 120 is like with the shadow I had, a 120 is a pretty fair time. But the shadow is so RNG, it can kill your run. It can cost you like 20 seconds sometimes. It's absurd. Shadows in this game are they're not speedrun friendly. Then I think I actually just do have a small clip of, yeah. So you can do that instead. That is the alternative way to kill Nello. But like I said, it's just preference. I feel like most advanced players prefer the 1, 2, 3, 4s, and newer players, because like whatever. Just do what you want, bro.